What is going on, you guys? Petplatypus here, and it is time to do another Young Justice double review. Episodes 13 and 14, starting off with episode 13, The Fix. So Simon is going to fix Aqualad, which is no bueno, because he's going to find out everything about everything that they don't want him to find out. So Artemis basically takes him out, and what ends up happening is, basically, it's like, okay, well, you know, she has a quote-unquote virus inside of Aqualad's head that will attack any other psychic that tries to enter and cause them to go crazy. So they need to bring in the real Miss Martian to get it done, which of course if she's the one to do the fixing, then obviously she will not give away the secrets, she'll know them, everything will be cool and chill and on the down low. So they go to kidnap her, Artemis goes with Deathstroke. It was kind of interesting to see this from Artemis's perspective. There was a lot of inner monologuing from her. Like, not just like with the mind link, but just actually her just inner monologuing, which was cool. It added a little bit to her character, and it threw me off a little bit at first because I'm not used to American cartoons doing it. I mean, this isn't like a nitpick or anything. It was just kind of an observation that American cartoons never really do the inner monologue thing. Occasionally, maybe for a joke, or sometimes, like I've seen it like in Adventure Time as a joke, but like, yeah, like inner monologuing usually is not something American cartoons do. Now, Japan does it all the time. All the fucking time in like every anime to ever exist. America not so much, which is kind of interesting. So yeah, but that's just like an observation, it's total digression, but she has her inner monologues, it adds a little bit to her character, talking about how she kind of regrets this, and you know, where did it all go wrong, and all that stuff, which the whole where did it all go wrong stuff made it feel like we were going to go into a flashback or something, but no, she ends up going to capture Miss Martian. Miss Martian lets herself be captured. Ponytail be damned, Deathstroke's a badass. Yeah, Ponytail be damned, even though it looks kind of dumb. Deathstroke's a badass, he sounds cool, he has cool dialogue, he fucked up Lagoon Boy, which, I don't hate Lagoon Boy, but I'm not a huge fan of him, so that was fine with me. And, yeah, he was a badass, so this version of Deathstroke gets the fucking Petplatypus seal of approval, I guess. But anyways, they capture Miss Martian, and Miss Martian has to fix her, or fix him, but she's never fixed anybody before, and she feels like Aqualad might see her as an enemy if she enters the mine, so she brings Artemis with her. Cool mental stuff, you know, the mental Aqualad is all fucked up and has no face, at least at first, and he has it, that was kind of weird, but he has no face, and he can barely talk, he's speaking Atlantean and English, and he's all broken, like literally everything inside's broken, and they finally get him to start fixing things and putting things back together, and he starts to come back, he makes a little bit of progress, and Black Manta's like, alright, well, you're making some progress, so do your thing, you know, fix my son. And I love that he has genuine concern for his son. I think that's cool because a lot of fathers, villain, I was going to say, I was choosing if I want to say villain fathers or fathers. Fathers that are villains in series, or just fathers in general, can just be total dicks in cartoons. Like, just total assholes. Yeah, it's just interesting to see a villain father, but he actually does genuinely care about his son, which I think is really cool and adds a little bit of character depth to Black Manta, which is really good. Because some of the villains, I mean, as good as they are, you know, Lex Luthor and all of them, they don't have a ton in the way of depth, you know what I mean? But Black Manta, he's pretty well-rounded for what he needs to be. But regardless of Black Manta's characterization, the rest of the episode, let's see, we have the hospital scene and we have the Blue Beetle stuff. The Blue Beetle stuff's pretty simple. Green Beetle's like, yeah, I can fix you. Well, I mean, maybe not. He's like, I mean, I could try, but it could kill you. And Blue Beetle's like, let's do it. I'm ready. I'm game. YOLO. I'm ready to die. If you know, he's ready to risk himself, basically. And he tries to fix him, but this felt too easy to me. He says at the end that, yeah, I can't hear the scarab anymore. I'm in full control. But is he really? I'm a little reserved on that because it felt too easy. It felt a little rushed to say, like, yeah, I can fix you, and then have it all be off screen. I don't know. Unless the next episode shows the procedure, maybe that way you could do it, but I feel like skipping the procedure, having Impulse interrupted at the end, and then have him say, oh, I'm better, you know, it felt too easy, you know, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens, but, yeah, I'm reserved on this for now, but it's definitely an interesting plot development that moves the story along. And lastly, the hospital scene. Nightwing finally tells Lagoon Boy and Superboy what's been going on with Aqualad and everything, and he's like, yeah, I'm not supposed to tell you, but, but, you know, she's not dead, and he's fine. He's a good guy. Well, I mean, I guess he didn't know what happened with him getting mind fried. Superboy lets him know that at the end, but yeah, it was definitely cool to see him finally tell them. That's really good story progression. I'm wondering how much of the team is going to know now, if it's just going to spread or if they're going to keep it a secret. I feel like the more people who know, I get why he kept it a secret, because Superboy at the end, he has his back in the hospital room, and then as soon as they leave, and as soon as that door closes, Superboy is like, what the fuck, dude? Aqualad is like a fucking piece of bread now, because you let her fuck his mind, because she didn't know it was all fake. And yeah, I mean, he didn't share the information, and I get why he would want to keep it close to the chest and only between a few people. It's because the more people that know, the more squad members that know, the ones that maybe aren't so good at acting are not going to be able to sell it. And it's just, it's a whole can of worms if a lot of people know. But I feel like at the very least the senior members should have known. I mean, Artemis obviously knew. Nightwing knew, he used to be Robin. Wally knows. Aqualad obviously knows. You couldn't tell Superboy and Miss Martian, like the original senior members, but whatever. We wouldn't have this really cool plot line if they did know, I suppose. So there that is. So yeah, that was interesting development as well. And that's pretty much the episode. Oh, and then, I felt like the Reach commercial. Yo, okay. I was done, alright? The Reach commercial was too much. Okay, first of all, they don't tell you the year that this show takes place in, at least not to my knowledge. But I know it ain't the goddamn 70s, and that shit was pulled right out of the 70s/80s, like some fucking juicy fruit shit. That shit was kind of funny. It was funny in how bad it was, in a good way. I think they wanted it to be kind of cringy and kind of awkward, and the commercial kind of worked in that regard. A reach for a reach. That shit, I was done. That shit was too much. But anyways, that's the episode. What did I think about it? I really liked it. It's probably a solid 8 out of 10. A solid, very good episode of Young Justice. Pretty good story progression all around. Covered a lot of things. So I will say if Blue Beetle is fixed, that is too fast. It is too easy, but I don't think he is, so we'll just have to wait and see on that one. But solid, very good episode. Of course, great animation, great voice work and everything. So with all that being said, let's move on to episode 14. What the fuck was that ending? Young Justice episode 14, The Runaways. What the fuck was that ending? Okay, Blue Beetle. Oh, okay, no, hold on. I'll save that. The Runaways, meaning Static Shock, Ty, fucking, basically the minority league, the fucking Justice minorities, okay? The fucking, you have, the Static Shock, Ty, the Asian girl with the, I'm not sure what she does really, like Sonic energy maybe, and then dude who looks like Spike from fucking Cowboy Bebop. So you got Spike Spiegel, you got fucking Static Shock, you've got Ty, and you've got the Asian chick, so they're the Runaways. They want to bust out of Star Labs because basically the place sucks dick. I mean, what's his name? I forget what his name is, but he was from the future. He was the dude that Impulse came back to fix when he was wrecking everything. He basically says, yeah, we should stay because we don't know how to control our powers. Like, he's basically the sensible one, but they all want to get the fuck out because they're teenagers and they're dumb. And there's a power outage, so they leave. There's this cool fight at a bus station, and then the fight at Star Labs. We get to see Red Volcano, which, I'm sorry, was Red Volcano not destroyed in a volcano? I'm sorry, like, I could have sworn he got killed. Maybe not, but I could have sworn he got defeated by Red Tornado's brother and sister. I could have sworn, but okay, maybe not. But he's back. He's tearing shit up. He's as cool as ever. His personality is great. He's just such a condescending asshole. For being a robot, and he looks really badass too with that sort of Iron Man look. And yeah, he's trying to put a Mazo back together, which is interesting. We're not sure why, like who the robotics dude is right now who's doing all this, but they sent the head somewhere else, so he's fucked. He fights Blue Beetle. The fight with Blue Beetle is fucking badass. Alright, this was a really cool fucking fight between the two of them. And then you have the Runaways, the Justice minorities. They go in there and they basically save pretty much everybody in there using their powers. They're learning to control them better and become heroes, which of course Lex Luthor has to fuck up at the end by being a great salesperson. And, he basically says, oh yeah, I think the Reach is, kind of trying to fuck me over too, so I'm in the same position as you guys. And if I didn't know he was Lex Luthor, I might believe him. But even if he did still seem a little bit shady, those guys are just teenagers full of angst and being dumb, so of course they're gonna listen to him. And it's not like he was totally unbelievable. Like I said, he did sell it pretty well. So yeah, Lex Luthor's got them. They're gonna have their own little fucking young minority league, and that's gonna be pretty cool. I hope they do end up becoming good guys. Maybe, if not in this season, then the eventual possible, just maybe, season 3 that Netflix could produce. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, it'll definitely be interesting to see them go up against the Young Justice members. And yeah, like I said, the fight with Red Tornado was good. Their powers are interesting. Like, Ty has like this astral projection body that he can create. The one dude, the Spike Spiegel, can fucking teleport. The Asian girl can, like, I guess, do this weird sonic thing, and of course Static Shock. And he fucking rode around on the sewer lid, which I thought was really cool. That's like his classic thing. But also, is that his voice from the original cartoon? I want to say no, but it sounds kind of like his original voice actor. But anyways, yeah, this was a pretty cool episode, though. And then that ending, where Blue Beetle is chilling with Green Beetle, and they're talking, and the conversation seems normal, and then Black Beetle shows up, and you're like, oh shit, intense ending, Black Beetle's here. But no, they're hugging up, they're like grabbing, they're like, yeah, what's up, bros? We're doing this shit. And it's like, Blue Beetle, what the fuck? So, Green Beetle, this is like a layered twist, alright? So you have the twist that Blue Beetle is under Reach control, apparently. And then you have the twist that Green Beetle was bad the whole time, which sucks because fucking Samurai Jack voice, and he's a cool character in general. But how was he able to trick Miss Martian completely? And maybe it's because Miss Martian was kind of standoffish about the whole mind melding thing, but like, I don't know, he just was able to trick even the mind control thing, or not mind control, he was able to trick her psychic powers. He had the perfect act going. It was seriously fucking crazy. Like, yeah, that was a really crazy ending. That was a pretty damn good twist that I did not see coming. So the Scarab is in full control of him. I mean, he was acting weird, to be fair. When he was fighting Red Volcano, he was, you know, he was a little harsher. He wasn't really too concerned about the building behind them when he was using his sonic attack and, you know, talking to the press and saying he's a good guy and everything. It was a little suspicious. He was acting a little strange. I was kind of like, why is he acting out of character? But I did not expect him to be under control of the Scarab and all that. That was fucking intense. Yeah, no, that was fucking intense. That was an intense ending. I definitely want to see what's going to happen in the next episode. I think there's, what, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 6 episodes, 3 more Young Justice reviews, and then we are done. Of course, if the series does return at any point in the future, you will see episode reviews once again. If it is done by Netflix, then they'll probably just do the whole season in one go. So yeah, you'll see the double reviews return, of course, but we'll get to that when I get to the end of the series, or the end of the season, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, the episode was insane. That twist ending was like an 11 out of 10. That shit fucking blew my mind. I was not expecting Green Beetle and Blue Beetle to betray like that or be evil. That was intense. But yeah, no, it was crazy. It was really crazy. And that's not really, no, I know, blah, 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 can't talk. I don't really have much else to say about the episode. It was probably a solid 9 out of 10, though. It was an amazing episode. I thought seeing the youngsters do their thing and save people and learn their powers was really, really great. I thought the Blue Beetle fight with Volcano was really badass. Volcano's a cool villain. Ever since I saw him, like, way back in, like, Season 1, I always thought he was a badass. So it was cool to see him again, even if it is a little weird that he's alive. And then Lex Luthor coming in there, being all slick. It had a lot of progress, even though it focused on, like, one main thing and didn't really have any subplots. It didn't feel slow, and I think it focused where it needed to be. And it was just really good getting the different personalities from these characters, the Minority League, and no, it was really, really cool. And please don't take the Minority League thing too seriously. It is just a joke. I trust you guys, or, you know, but I just want to, for anybody watching the video who's not a subscriber or whatever. But anyways, that's all I have to say. So, 9 out of 10. Thought it was an amazing episode. The ending was fucking insane. And, yeah. So, what did you guys think of these episodes of Young Justice? You can tell me in the comments section below. You can also give this video a thumbs up and share it on social media. Both those would help me out a lot. Subscribe if you haven't already, or if you like what you've seen here. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.